Oh my fucking god, dude. I don't know what I did, but I guess I'm cursed. I had like a shit run today in Uma Musume. What the fuck? My game crashed. My computer crashed. I had to like go through so much bullshit. Oh my god. I gotta fucking reconnect my internet. Today is not the day for me. Bro, what the fuck happened? Dude, it fucking skipped the cutscene. What the fuck? It's supposed to send me back. Whatever. I know my goat luckily has this. So we'll be watching. Put this mute. On full screen this. I think that's fine. Thank you, potatoes, Char, for this. My goat.
Wonderful night. We'll go when he finds. But right over there. Incidents.
Various ambi.
You hands now.
I think this is already left off.
I thought you'd never ask, my lady.
Curses! You. Then you. Dottore, you son of a. He's done something to us. Everyone who entered his research center has been implanted with some sort of curse.
I don't feel anything unusual at the moment. Does that mean it hasn't activated yet? Is there a way to figure out its purpose and what might trigger it?
My best guess is Dottore created it using the moon goddess's powers. 1 second, analyzing. Ugh! That friggin' maniac!
So, what twisted game is he playing this time?
The moment I analyzed the energy composition, some encrypted text appeared in my mind's eye. And when I deciphered it according to the Fatui standard encryption protocol, I got the following message. Feel free to run, or you will perish in Nodcry.
He's mocking us.
Yup, he loves to toy with people. Only in this case, there might be more to it. But I didn't detect any murderous intent or malice either in the message or the curse's energy. As if this is him at his least malicious.
Or perhaps all people are cowards in his eyes. Maybe he thinks the threat alone will be effective.
What a despicable person. And he has the Traveler in his grasp.
If I may, as unhinged as Dottore may be, he has always exercised great patience with the objects of his interest.
I remember a comment he made when we first arrived in Nodcry. He said, "This world is, on the whole, an exceedingly dull place. But at least there are a few intriguing features, such as the gods, or the Traveler. Presumably, they interest him because they're unknown quantities. He wants to understand as much as he can about them."
Agreed. The Traveler is Tevat's fourth descender. All Harbingers are aware of this. Since Dottore took such pains to capture the Traveler, he is unlikely to kill her right away.
Okay, but we still have to do that rescue operation. Of course. I also think we need to read between the lines with Dottore's message. If he's encouraging us to run, that means we mustn't leave Nodcry under any circumstances. My guess is, his curse will only trigger if we leave.
Durin.
Discovered multiple energy fields. Albedo is still attempting to analyze their structure. He told me to report back first. Each field is slowly growing, swallowing up more of the surrounding area in the process. And the pace of their expansion has increased since we first examined them. He's probably trying to swallow Nodcry whole.
His nefarious ambition knows no bounds. If this continues, the whole of Teyvat will be in trouble, not just Nodcry.
The loss of Columbina could not have come at a worse time. Do we think she's truly gone for good? She entered the space beyond the Moon Gate, knowing what became of Rerir and Thelindis. I'm sorry, but I fear the odds aren't good.
Don't be ridiculous. If I know her, she's busy finding a way back as we speak just so she can annoy me. She isn't dead.
Whatever has become of her, the fact remains that we are two comrades short on the eve of a decisive battle.
We need to find out the Traveler's location, but there is also other work to be done.
Agreed. Whatever Dottore planning, we have to get the local populace somewhere safe. So, as well as a rescue mission, we have to organize a mass evacuation at the same time.
It would be best if someone could approach leaders of neighboring nations and negotiate emergency asylum for Nodcry's inhabitants. Can anyone handle that?
Snezhnaya is one option. I'll see what I can do.
This would be so much easier if the Traveler was here. No! Stop thinking like that, Paimon. Paimon will join you. She's pretty well connected thanks to the Traveler. Maybe it'll come in handy. Either way, that's what the Traveler would do if she was here. Back here again. That gravitational force that pulled me back. Is this where it came from? When I saw that memory of Moonprayer Night, I think I influenced reality. Was it just a coincidence? Or, if only I could have sent the others some kind of warning on Moonprayer Night. Maybe we could have stopped Dottore. I feel so heavy. Does entering that space consume a lot of energy? Well, even so, I have to keep moving forward. Back to emptiness and silence again. I should try and find my way back inside that memory. So, what do we do next? Wait, that voice. Paimon?
The most important thing right now is to find that mage.
Lauma, the Traveler, and Mr. Varga are here too.
I'd better go pay the Fatui a visit.
Traveler!
Oh, that's how it happened. What the fuck?
Huh? Columbina? I made contact. It's me, Columbina.
Traveler?
Let's go! This is no time to be spacing out! Huh? Huh? Wait a moment. This has happened before. This is what happened when I disappeared. I stood right over there, thinking that no one would ever find me again. It was only when she called my name that I decided to follow them. But did she turn around because she sensed my touch just now? Is it really possible that from in here, I can change the past? If I keep following them, maybe... It's that gravity again. Every time I influence reality within that space, this force intervenes and pulls me back. It's as if it's trying to stop me from leaving. I'm getting weaker and weaker. I'll just have to try another approach next time. Come on, Columbina. Keep going. You have to tell everyone what happened.
Suddenly, I've been plunged into darkness, alone. It feels strange, as if something has grabbed hold of me. Is Dottore now powerful enough to interfere with space itself?
Look at you, standing so still in total silence. I almost didn't recognize you. Hello there, traveler.
He seems to be in a good mood. Wait, what's that behind him?
Ah, so you noticed. This is the completed Trilum. 2 primordial moon marrows and 1 artificial specimen. You are wary of it. Good. Maintain that reverence. You performed well in that recent battle. Brave and reckless as always. Courage is the sign of a true hero. And impulsiveness is the hallmark of those who strive to advance. I say this not to belittle you. Most creatures are far more timid by comparison.
3 moon marrows. Does that mean the artificial one is now complete too?
Well spotted. What do you think? For a replica I built myself, I dare say it looks the part.
Dottore, are you planting illusions in my mind?
I have no interest in fooling your eyes. On the contrary, I hope to show you the true essence of all that you see before you. Is this not a beautiful city? People live in peace and find joy in their work. The streets are safe. People can even leave their doors unlocked at night. You might say it is the Elysium everyone dreams of. All available data indicates your values and worldview conform with the mainstream. This kind of society should be quite to your taste.
False beauty is deceitful. Lies are to no one's taste.
I wonder, is it your moral standards that are too high? Or your expectations of reality? Answer me this. If someone existed in a sweet dream from the moment they were born, a dream in which they never once felt pain, which do you think they would consider superior? The dream or the reality?
That's pure sophistry. It has nothing to do with your actions.
As I suspected. You have yet to understand all of this for what it really is.
What do you want from me?
You sound impatient. Do you think the only reason I'm keeping you is because I want something from you?
If it's not, then why haven't you killed me yet? No one can stop you if you're as powerful as a god.
I'm delighted you recognize that fact. I believe we last squared off in Sumeru. Ah, the memories. How time flies. You and I have both grown. I'm not surprised that Arlecchino and Sandrone worked with you. You've always a way of slowly but surely ingratiating yourself with all levels of society. People laud you as a hero, but I suspect there's more to it than that. Oh, but to be clear, I don't say that to flatter you.
Do you always give your opponent an appraisal before you deal the final blow?
Call it a long-time habit. I'm a researcher, and one of my duties is to give an objective assessment of my subjects. But you misunderstand. We are not opponents. Not at this moment. I just want to talk. Think back to Tartaglia, Arlecchino, Capitano, Columbina, and now even Sandrone.
My friends.
You've worked with each of them in the past. I believe you can work with me.
Kill yourself.
What makes you so sure?
Well, why not? Should the good associate only with the good and the bad befriend only the bad? I like to think we could have a more mature relationship than that. Surely you don't think all your relationships are grounded in friendship or shared ideals? People come together because it benefits them to do so. If you think of the people you admire, you must surely admit that they have provided some benefit to you. Morality, ambition, dreams. People have plenty of words to embellish the nature of their relationships. But once you break free from those ethical frameworks, you will see that the only thing connecting the two of you is mutual benefit. And that is what I'd like to talk to you about.
We're finally getting into it. He's probably been planning to kidnap me for a long time now. But for what exactly? He has the authority of all three moons. I won't be able to gain the upper hand in a fight. Best if I pretend that I'm willing to negotiate for now. You say you're a god, but you also speak of mutual benefit. What could a god want that the three moons cannot provide?
Excellent question. But before I answer, I would ask you the same thing. Gaining Columbina's allegiance was a rare and extraordinary feat. But the Moon Marrows are now in my hands, and I have the edge over her. For this artificial moon is not being rejected by Tevat. Her identity and lineage may have been a thing of glory in the old world, but they were also shackles that prevented her from ever integrating into Tevat. I, on the other hand, you may view me as a thief, but I have overcome that limitation. So what is it that the three moons cannot grant you? What stops you from negotiating with me to get what you want?
I don't make deals with lying psychopaths.
That's quite an accusation. Are you expecting me to get angry with you? Well, this is one aspect in which my personal growth has served me well. In the past, my less mature self might have been disappointed, perhaps even angry, over a small setback like this. Like when you and Lesser Lord Kusanali joined forces to oppose me, for example.
That was like 3 years ago.
Things are different now. Just as the rich do not quibble with the poor, I no longer find myself perturbed by these trivial affairs. Human relationships end with conflicts of emotions and interests. But relations between humans and gods are different. And ours is even more unique. I have ascended to the highest heights and laid claim to unprecedented horizons. And you are no ordinary person to begin with. Allow me to show you the world, Descender.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Your talents and experience must surely know of the four great rulers who serve the heavenly principles. They govern life, death, time, and space. One wounded by a blade will die from blood loss or infection, and one who falls into a lake will drown in agony. The elderly wallow in solitude, and the solitary age faster. Eventually new life is born, only to embark on the same path of suffering. These four divisions anchor the world and shackle those who live in it. But they themselves transcend its boundaries, squandering the power bestowed by the heavens. All who live yearn for equality, but unless the gods prostrate themselves and profess that they are mere servants of the living, equality can never exist. Who makes the rules we must live by? Who has the right to restrict us? You know, I heard recently that a group of critics reviewed countless stories and drew an interesting conclusion. They found that it is more often than not the villains who strive tirelessly to push the boundaries of progress. In fact, long before this, someone voiced a similar idea in an academia editorial. I felt a great affinity with this perspective. I have never been afraid to step up and play the role of the villain. Fanatics are trampled down for their transgressions, and those who transcend are rebuked for their audacity. And so, the majority of creatures are too timid to follow my lead. But all sacrifices made during my experiments have been worthwhile, as you can now see. I can offer you something new, something unique, precisely because I am a villain. Think about it. We are eternally bound through mutual interest. Can you truly say you would never turn to malice if it could give you the life you dream of? After all, what value do perfection and purity really have? They are fragile and feeble things, utterly tedious. I say, better to be governed by a flawed humanity than a gnosis. The true seeker of knowledge is the villain who undergoes countless tribulations in pursuit of their goal. I'm sure many people have told you that you're different.
Because I'm a descender?
Exactly. Very clever.
But what has that got to do with you?
I do not conceal my wicked deeds, my selfish desires, or my greed. A true researcher must act as I do if they are to understand and speak of the truth. And yet, a knowledge seeker like myself will inevitably grow tired of studying Tavat beyond a point. You have traveled to all corners of the world and met many people. Along the way, there have been moments when you were misunderstood or even became a wanted criminal. And all the while, you have spent your days doing some of the most mundane jobs in the world. You fight and toil, claim minuscule rewards from my friend Pantalone, then you fight some more, winning some battles and losing others as your search goes on. And this cycle continues, with no end in sight. Surely you must sometimes grow weary of being stuck in this same loop day after day.
We're completely different. I embrace everything that life throws at me. I am engaged in every step of my journey.
How does that make us different? I too embrace what life brings, researching everything that interests me. Think of all the novel things I've managed to create, like the artificial moon marrow. Don't you see? As unique a specimen as she was, even Columbina is not irreplaceable.
Take that back. She's gone because of your actions.
I didn't say that to anger you. Though admittedly, I don't see what there is to be angry about. Anything Columbina could do for you, I can do better. I know what your ultimate goal is. You wish to walk the path your brother walked and seek answers from him at the end of that journey, don't you?
Someone like you could never understand what it feels like to care about another person the way I care about him.
Perhaps not. But that doesn't mean I can't help. I can find your brother right now, bring him before you, and make him give you the answers you seek.
That asshole.
Don't be so presumptuous. You'll never begin to understand the situation between us.
Oh, no. This is no presumption. I'm only offering what I know is possible with the power of the Trilune. But it seems like you would sooner continue with your journey through this world. Why? Do you truly desire this journey? Or is it simply a necessary process from which you cannot escape? Think of all the time and energy you have spent, everything you've had to endure just to make it this far. Is this really what you want? Or has your hand been forced by the promise of that final answer? Yes, you have made many friends. But do they ever spare a thought for the void in your heart and what it yearns for? What you want is not friends. It is family. But do they know this? I, on the other hand, am far more considerate. Join my experiment, and in return, I will bring your meaningless journey and all its struggles to an end.
This is a malicious attempt to manipulate me. But at the same time, he's stating some very human truths. Of course,
He's right about my predicament. How can I deny it? I have faced ungrateful strangers, never-ending troubles, an endless quest for answers. I want to see him. After everything I've been through, words can't describe how much I miss him, how much I want to be reunited with him. Wherever you are right now, do you miss me too?
This dude don't even care, man.
All right, everyone. Our next mission is clear. We need...
Alright, let me check.
to contact all the major organizations, explain the situation to the public, and then begin the evacuation.
Let me double check actually if it. Oh, there was a backstory. Oh, so fucking stupid. Dude, I was crashing out for nothing. Oh, sorry, bro. I was crashing out. What time is it? My clock is fucked up. Give me a second. No, mine was like half an hour behind. I was crashing out because like I was like, what the fuck? Skip the story for me. Yeah, no. My computer shut down, and then when I tried to boot it up, it wouldn't start up. So I had to like reset my the adapter, the power adapter, you know. And then I was like, what the fuck? Kicked me out of the story. I guess we'll rewatch it. All that. My bad. I didn't know there was a continue story button. That is brand new. That they didn't have that before. I was crashing out over it, skipping the cutscene. I had to go watch it on YouTube. Oh my god. Dude, my tonight's so bad for me. I don't know why. Alright, let's try to get to where we left off.
We must find a way to rescue her. We were all involved in the That being said, Dottore lab, we also know, is abusing this map. Unlike Colin, once his third moon marrow is complete, Dottore will have completely seized. I'm afraid so. No one could have predicted this level of insanity.
It left off when Sanjone showed up.
This is dire.
Dude, I don't know. It's night for me. How's your Kingdom Hearts progress going? I know you were like at Traverse Town.
Guilty of numerous crimes amongst his ideology and
He doesn't see them as his own people. That's why. Right. He views other granted. He's hard. Dottore's actions have gone beyond even what the Fatui could have imagined. We can't expect him to heal.
Paimon, I promise you.
I get how you feel.
Right. We can't even guarantee he's still at his research center. I'll find a way.
She's so scared. If anything happens to the traveler, she might be the strongest person Paimon knows.
I love Yuffie.
Then think things through. Stick your neck.
She starts scanning everybody.
Miss Androne.
Put the stuff over there. Just go ahead and cry out. Sorry. Paimon's not trying to make it seem. It's just.
Oh, Paimon.
Let it all out. There's no shame in it.
Okay then. While the baby of the group is having a moment, how about the grown-ups get to work?
You've made a discovery?
Polonia. You
Alright, this is where we left off.
I thought you'd never.
Wow. And she'll be like, ah, Dottore cursed us all. That asshole.
Dottore, you son of a...
Does that mean it hasn't activated yet?
My best guess is Dottore created it using Moon Goddess's powers.
With her mind's eye.
So, what twisted game is he playing this time?
The moment I analyzed and when I deciphered it according to the Fatui standard encryption protocol, I got the following message. You will perish in Nod.
He's mocking us.
Yep. He loves to toy with people. Only in this case, there might be more to it. Didn't detect any murderous intent or malice either in the message or the curse's energy. As if this is him at his least malicious.
Or perhaps all people are cowards in his eyes. Maybe he thinks the threat alone.
What a despicable person. And he has the Traveler in his grasp.
If I may, as unhinged as Dottore may be, he has always exercised great patience with the objects of his interest.
Dude, I can't believe my computer started up and it was saying it's like fucking 7:30 your time. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean it's a half an hour behind? How did that happen?
He said, on the whole, an exceedingly dull place. But at least there are a few intriguing features, such as the gods or the traveler. Presumably, they interest him because they're unknown quantities. He wants to understand as much as he can about them.
Agreed. The Traveler is Tavant's fourth descender. All harbingers are aware of this.
Fuck! Oh my god. Dude, I don't know. I'm like cursed tonight. That's what this is. Okay, this is about like where we left off anyway, so all good. This is like where we left off.
Since Dottore took such pains to capture the Traveler right away.
Okay, but we still have to do that rescue operation. Of course. I also think we need to read between the lines with Dottore's message. If he's encouraging us to run, that means we mustn't leave Nodcry under any circumstances.
Something happened where they made all my horses throw. They crashed my fucking computer. They're making me go to work tomorrow. I have to finish like this Luna 7 within the next 3 hours because the cutscenes are 3 hours long. Oh god.
My guess is his curse will only trigger if we leave.
We've discovered multiple energy fields. Albedo is still attempting to analyze their structure. He told me to report back first.
Frio's gonna be taking it easy at work tomorrow.
Each field is slowly growing, swallowing up more of the surrounding area in the process. And the pace of their expansion has increased since we first examined them. He's probably trying to swallow Nodcry whole.
His nefarious ambition knows no bounds. If this continues, the whole of Teyvat will be in trouble, not just Nodcry.
Sandrona Somoy.
The loss of Columbina could not have come at a worse time. Do we think she's truly gone for good? She entered the space beyond the moon gate. I'm sorry, but I fear the odds aren't good.
Don't be ridiculous. If I know her, she's busy finding a way back as we speak just so she can annoy me. She...
Sandrone is hope pilled. Oh my god. I know you fucking. They're talking about Columbine. What the fuck? Okay, I know you watch. You watch C-Reacts. You know he's part of a group called like the Three Idiots: Dotto Doya, C-Reacts, and Rhymestyle. Dotto Doya made an amazing clip in a response to like a comment within like 20 minutes, and it's like fictional. I'll let me see if I can find it. It's so good. He made this like in response to fucking Dragon Ball. Cause he was like, Dragon Ball's going to get Xenoverse 3. It's going to get Super Battle of the Gods.
That is where you've always been wrong about me, Keith. I don't have the info on anything. I cope, I get scared, I wake up every morning and despite not knowing it's Super 2, I put one tweet up after another and try to make the best predictions I can. I screw up all the time, but that is being hope-pilled. And that's why it's so based. That is where you
People are like using this fucking clip now. So he made this fit. It's like,
Whatever has become of her, the fact remains that we are two comrades short on the eve of a decisive battle.
We need to find out the traveler's location. But there is also other work to be done.
Agreed. Whatever Dottore planning, we have to get the local populace somewhere safe. So, as well as a rescue mission, organize a mass evacuation at the same time.
It would be best if someone could approach leaders of neighboring nations and negotiate emergency asylum for inhabitants. Can anyone handle that?
there's a Tokyo Ghoul scene, by the way, later on.
That is one option. I'll see what I can do.
This would be so much easier if the Traveler was here. No! Stop thinking like that, Paimon. Paimon will join you. She's pretty well connected thanks to the Traveler. Either way, that's what the Traveler would do if she was here.
I really like this transition. It's so pretty. Yeah, because the main reason I was like crashing out was because like narration bits, and then those aren't cutscenes, so I'm missing out on like dialogue.
Here again, that gravitational force that pulled me back. Is this where it came from? When I saw that memory of Moonprayer Night, I think I influenced reality. Was it just a coincidence? If only I could have sent the others some kind of warning on Moonprayer Night. Maybe we could have...
To answer your earlier question, you didn't miss anything, I guess.
I feel so heavy. Does entering that space consume a lot of energy? Well, even so, I have to keep moving forward. Back to emptiness and silence again. I should try and find my way back inside that memory.
Yeah, it cuts out this part. This is very important.
The entrance from last time isn't showing up. What am I missing? Looks like I need to gather these scattered fragments.
Yeah, this was not in the fucking video. What the fuck? How do you do this?
It worked. Sighed for a bit longer this time.
That's so true, bestie.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
What? This doesn't look like Moonprayer Night. Extra, extra! Latest issue of the Noshix
I got so fucking scared when my computer wasn't turning on.
Did the powers of Earth not affect the town? Or is no one aware of what happened because he used the Three Moons' authority?
I
Let me see if I can influence anyone else.
I'm so happy like disconnecting my worked.
Wait, that voice. Paimon?
The most important thing right now is to find that mage.
Loma, the Traveler, and Mr. Varga are here too.
I'd better go pay the Fatui a visit.
Traveler!
Oh my god, that's how it happened? Cause she tapped us?
Columbina? I made contact. It's me, Columbina.
Traveler?
Let's go! This is no time to be spacing out! Wait a moment. This has happened before. This is what happened when I disappeared. I stood right over there, thinking that no one would ever find me again. It was only when she called my name that I decided to follow them. But did she turn around because she sensed my touch just now? Is it really possible that from in here, I can change the past? If I keep following them, maybe... It's that gravity again. Every time I influence reality within that space, this force intervenes and pulls me back. It's as if it's trying to stop me from leaving. I'm getting weaker and weaker. I'll just have to try another one, Columbina. Keep going. You have to tell everyone what happened.
Did you hear about that Carmelia mascot fucking breaking some dude's arms at an arm wrestling contest?
Look at you, standing so still in total silence. I almost didn't recognize. Hello there, traveler.
They got disqualified for dislocating the dude's arm.
Ah, so you noticed. This is the completed trilome. Two primordial moon barrels. Artificial specimen. Good. You performed well in that recent battle. Brave and reckless as always. Courage is the sign of a true hero. And impulsiveness is the hallmark of those who strive to advance. I say this not to belittle are far more timid by comparison.
3 moons?
Why are you so mad? I killed your friend. Why are you so mad at this fucking dude?
What do you want from me?
You sound impatient. Do you think the only reason I'm keeping you is because I want something from you?
If it's not, then why haven't you killed me yet? No one can stop you if you're as powerful as a god.
I'm delighted you recognize that fact. I believe we last saw. Ah, the memories. How time flies. You and I have both grown.
That was like 3 years ago, dude.
I'm not surprised that Arlecchino and Sandrone worked with you. You've always a way of slowly but surely ingratiating yourself with all levels of society. People laud you as a hero, but I suspect there's more to it than that. Oh, but to be clear, I don't say that to flatter you.
Do you always give your opponent an appraisal before you deal
Call it
with
a long-time habit. I'm a researcher, and one of my duties is to give an objective assessment of my subjects. But you misunderstand. We are not opponents. Not at this moment.
This like Archon quest feels like a fucking movie for once. Holy shit! Like it's just cutscenes. This is like what they do in HSR.
I just want to talk to Tartaglia, Arlecchino, Capitano, Colombina, and now even Sandrone.
Oh my friends. Usually like they have you do some exploration stuff and move around. Some cutscenes there, some moving around. But this is like cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. Oh.
You've worked with each of them in the past. I believe you can work with me as well.
what makes you so sure?
Well, why not? Should the good associate only with the good and the bad befriend only the bad? I like to think we could have a more mature relationship than that. Surely you don't think all your relationships are grounded in friendship or shared ideals. People come together because it benefits them to do so. If you think of the people you admire, you must surely admit that they have provided some benefit to you. Morality, ambition, dreams. People have plenty of their relationships. But once you break free from those ethical frameworks, you will see that the only thing connecting the two of you is mutual benefit. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about.
We're finally getting into it. He's probably been planning to kidnap me for a long time now. But for what exactly? He remains. I won't be able to gain the upper hand in a fight. Best if I pretend that I'm willing to negotiate for now. You say you're a god, but you also speak of mutual benefit. What could a god want that the three moons cannot provide?
Excellent question. But before I answer, I would ask you the same thing. Gaining Colombina's allegiance was a rare and extraordinary feat. But the Moon Marrows are now in my hands, and I have the edge over her. For this artificial moon is not being rejected by Tevat. Her identity and lineage may have been a thing of glory in the old world, but they were also shackles that prevented her from ever integrating into Tevat. I, on the other hand, you may view me as a thief, but I have overcome that limitation. Is it that the three... What stops you from negotiating with me to get what you want?
Oh, the Tokyo Ghoul scene's about to happen.
I don't make deals with lions.
I'm so snarky.
That's quite an accusation. Are you expecting me to get angry with you? Well, this is one aspect in which my personal growth has served me well. In the past, my less mature self might have been disappointed, perhaps even angry, over a small setback like this. Like when you and Lesser Lord Kusanali joined forces to oppose me, for example.
About 3 years ago.
But things are different now. Just as the rich do not quibble with the poor, I no longer find myself perturbed by these trivial affairs. Human relationships end with some emotions and interests. But relations between humans and gods are different. And ours is even more unique. I have ascended to the highest heights and laid claim to unprecedented horizons. And you are no ordinary
What's the name of the Tokyo Ghoul song? I forgot. Tokyo Ghoul OP. Paimon, play Unravel.
To stand, walk, jump, sit, and lie down. These are the most common of behaviors. Have you ever wondered why we were born following such laws? Who stipulated that we could not fly instead of walk? Someone of your talent and experience must surely know of the four great rulers who serve the heavenly principles. They govern life, death, time, and space.
One of them's a certified baddie. We've seen her. Renova.
One wounded by a blade will die from blood loss or infection, and one who falls into a lake will drown in agony. The elderly wallow in solitude, and the solitary age faster. Eventually, new life is born, only to embark on the same path of suffering. These four divisions anchor the world and shackle those who live in it. But they themselves transcend its boundaries, squandering the power bestowed by the heavens. All who live yearn for equality, but unless the gods prostrate themselves and profess that they are mere servants of the living, equality can never exist. Who makes the rules we must live by? Who has the right to restrict us? The limits of the body can be rejected. How does it feel to be among those with
The Wanderer and his Shadow.
cannot conceive the extent to which your flesh spirit?
Ah, what the fuck?
Only by discarding our useless, primitive lives can we perceive a new world. How narrow-minded we all were in the past. Why should the final answer of the world not be the power that predates those of life, death, time, and space?
I remember when this used to not be centered.
Of the Triloom.
Back in like 1.0.
Evinced new experimental possibilities. Nature suppressed, authority exiled, souls controlled. You know, I heard recently that a group of critics reviewed countless stories and drew an interesting conclusion. They found that it is more often than not the villains who strive tirelessly
Did you hear that? He fucking hates doing dailies. This is you.
Completely different. I embrace everything that life throws at me. I am engaged in every step of my journey.
I am so engaged in doing my commissions every single day for 90 or 60 gems every day. I'm not like you.
I too lives what life brings, researching everything that interests me. Think of all the novel things I've managed to create. Like the artificial moon marrow. Don't you see? As unique a specimen as she was, even Columbina is not irreplaceable.
Dude, I hate this guy so much.
Take that back. She's gone because of your actions.
I didn't say that to anger. Though admittedly, there is to be angry about. Anything Columbina could do for you, I can do better.
He even tried to give himself a glow up compared to what he used to look like.
I know what your ultimate goal is. You wish to walk the path your brother walked and seek answers from him at the...
Someone like you could never understand what it feels like in the way I care about him.
Typo.
Perhaps not. But that doesn't mean I can't help. I can find your brother right now, bring him before you, and make him give you the answers you seek.
Don't be so presumptuous. You'll never begin to understand the situation between us.
Oh, no. This is no presumption. I'm only offering what I know is possible with the power of the Triloom. But it seems like you would sooner continue with your journey through this world. Why? Do you truly desire this journey? Or is it simply a necessary process from which you cannot escape? Think of all the time and energy you have spent, everything you've had to endure just to make it this far. Is this really...
Weasel.
Or has your hand the force of answer?
Dude, that guy hates that video so much. He hates it. He hates all his Chainsaw Man videos because, like, that's all everyone talks about. He wants to do, like, something that's not Chainsaw Man.
Yes, you have made many friends. Do they ever spare a thought for the void in your heart and what it yearns for?
He made such a banger, it's cursed him forever.
What you want is not friends. It is family. But do they know this? I, on the other hand, am far more considerate. Join my experiment, and in return, I will bring your meaningless journey and all its struggles to an end.
He's really good at editing those. Like, his other videos are so Chainsaw Man, Weasel, 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 Lebanon. No, the fuck he doesn't. He keeps running away. What a fucking asshole. Literally, like, could have joined any time, but he's like, nah.
Alright, everyone. Our next mission is clear. We need to contact all the major organizations, explain the situation to the public, and then begin the evacuation.
The residents of Notcry are quite distant. The two most populated areas are the Southern Isles and Purta. Miss Lauma, I will leave Hisi Island and Nosha Town in your hands. I will liaise with the Fatui and Pyramida.
Agreed. We will reach out to Natlan and Snezhnaya. Anyone found north of the Experimental Design Bureau should follow the Fatui to Snezhnaya. As for those lying south of that line, I will ask the Voynich Guild to help persuade them to leave. Then I, Mr. Varka, and the Frostmoon Scions will escort them to Natlan.
The Voynich Guild has dealings with the Curatorium of Secrets. I will send them a letter of validity.
I'm.
My wish has come true. You're willingly lending me your most capable employee for the day.
Well, good for you if all this only takes a day. Of course, if it takes any longer, I'll be charging a fee.
I like how Nefer is so possessive of Yehoda. It's so cute.
Boss, wait.
No. What the fuck? What is this? Oh my, charging stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something to add, Yehoda?
Well, no one's more important to me than you, boss. And remember how Lauma healed your eyes after that big battle? I think that's worth at least 2 or 3 days' work for the Frostmoon Scions.
Are you completely incapable of acting in your own self-interest? Or do you simply devalue your own labor?
Are you sure you don't want to come with us?
I'm coming.
See to our other work if we're all busy evacuating residents. Sandrone insists that Columbina is still alive, and we have a traveler to rescue. There's much to be done.
But boss, I'm just worried that...
Well, Maverick, I'll link up with you once my
Oh my god, my leg.
What makes you think I'd need you to do that?
No, I got my leg fucked up a while back, and every time I'm like, oh, my leg feels better, I move it, I'm like, oh, nope. There it is.
That's quite enough. Just focus on your work first.
I bet we're in for an uphill battle here. But we can... Inessa and I are gonna help National Town's residents carry their stuff.
Loading schedule. Store essential local research data and technology samples, then escort the people to Natland. Understood. I will execute this to the best of my abilities.
Great stuff. Thank you, ladies.
I've contacted the Lightkeepers. A colleague of mine will join us shortly. I will persuade them to conduct a thorough search of the region to ensure that no civilians get left behind.
As for me, I guess I'll be making an early return to Sumeru. I think it's important that someone informs the Dendro Archon of what's going on in Notcry.
Roger that. Someone should inform Mondstadt, too. Mr. Durham, can I trust you to handle that? I think you fly faster than any of us can run. As an added incentive, get there fast enough, and I'll see about getting your Glenning exam waived.
Really? Ha! Mission accepted, sir.
He's so happy.
I intend to stay behind and help Miss Sandrone with her research. She has some alchemy-related questions that she'd like me to explore.
It recognizes your expertise, then. I wish you a fruitful collaboration.
Fucking Yehoda. Why is he standing like that?
Thank you. In truth, I was surprised to hear her express an interest in subject matter outside of machines.
I believe she has been investigating some Fontanian technology recently. She made a point of bringing with her when she left the Experimental Design Bureau. She's sorting through everything in her room as we speak.
I should mention that we have one other friend who isn't present. He hasn't made his position in all of this clear. But if we know anything about him, he's likely investigating on his own.
It's Hat Guy.
Paimon's been very quiet today, but I know how close she and the Traveler are with the Natlanese. She should come with us to the border.
Okay. Hi, best.
Make sure to heed Sandra's warning. Many of us have been cursed by Dottore. As such, under no circumstances should anyone cross national borders. Remain within Nodcry. That aside, personally, I have faith in Columbina. Things look great, sure, but who knows how it'll play out. Same goes for rescuing the Traveler. Both of them are important allies and friends. I'll be counting on you to gather intel on them, Miss Nefer.
Oh, wonderful. You're all here.
It's Nicole.
That voice again. Nicole? Whoa, that was loud. And it came out of nowhere. Sounds serious.
We literally like all met her last patch.
Sorry, this is the only way I can speak to you
Alice knows Nicole's a yapper.
Is this a dodo communication device?
Scanning. Unknown device. Analyzing. Unknown device. Conclusion. Cute.
Oh, and that was very Molly too.
Affirmative. It is cute and good. I believe that I quite like it.
This is no ordinary dodo communicator. Very own special modified version. Specifically. Sorry. I almost went off on another tangent there. Anyway, help yourselves. It will allow us to communicate over long distances within Nodcry. No more worrying about shuttling messages back and forth.
What astounding technology. Am I right in assuming that it relies on your personal abilities to function, Miss Nicole?
Yes, exactly. Right on cue, Albedo. Oh, I'd love to brag to you all about how it all works. But no, next time, next time. Anyway, I'll be right with you all. Serving as a communication. Head off as soon as you're ready. I'll be staying here to keep watch. And I'll be sending you a blessing.
Oh, we got this thing again. I love this. Where's the drawings? What the fuck? They had like the cute little drawings last time. That's Luga. We helped him out earlier.
Ah, Sir Flint. Perfect timing. I just arrived myself.
You are most considerate, Master Igua. But in fact, I know you have been sitting here for quite some time.
If you saw me, why didn't you say something?
I was curious to see how long you could sit still for. Also, shouldn't you have managed to sense me approaching?
That would be a first. You always seem to appear out of thin air without making a peep. Also, how many times do I have to tell you not to address me as master? I don't qualify.
I beg to differ. Why should a young man so well versed in social graces as yourself not be worthy of that title?
Please, Lord Flint's. Sir Flint's. I'm begging you, don't flatter me into complacency like you do with everyone else.
You understand me better than most. My newest acquaintances tell me I love complimenting others. What do you think?
I think they don't understand why you do it. You just love puffing people up till they're a big, happy ball of hot air that floats away into the sky.
In all sincerity, I can only hope that they bring good tidings when they come back down to earth.
Is the situation that bad?
We just held a strategy meeting. Let me fill you in.
In short, we need everyone gone from Pyramida. We also need a team of lightkeepers to scour the more remote regions of Nodcry for civilians to evacuate.
I only hope we have enough personnel.
Old Man Nikita will definitely help. We can recall anyone out on patrol to focus on this instead.
Good. I'm sure you and the others will make short work. Now, don't forget, once you've completed this task, make sure you and the rest of the team evacuate to either Snezhnaya or Natlan as well.
Flint's?
If you've got something to say, Master Igua, why not guess what I'm thinking right now?
You mentioned that you have something else to deal with later. How difficult is it going to be?
I doubt it will be easy.
I know you're a lightkeeper, and it's your duty to protect others in times of crisis. But you'll be walking into grave danger. However bad things have gotten in the past, Nodcry has never faced a mass evacuation before. But from the sounds of it, you don't intend to come with us. I don't mean to pry, and it's probably none of my business. But whatever it is you're intending, you don't have to go through with it, you know.
I've been afflicted with some sort of curse, and I'm told it may well trigger if I set foot outside of Nodcry. As such, I cannot leave. I have to act, if for no other reason than to fight this curse.
What?
One Piece mention. Oh, that's the part.
For you, Master Igua. How could I? Please pass my regards on to our colleagues. Tell them, thank you all for your assistance. Please put safety first as you proceed with the operation.
They cooked with that like 10-second transition. They're just reusing it because this is all the money we get.
Path toward reality.
Dude, they're so cheap with Genshin. It's so fucking bullshit. Oh my god, Colombina!
Come on, let's see what's going on.
Oh no. I knocked over a vase as soon as I came in. It must have been caused by a Kuvaki fluctuation when I entered the space. Although, it seems like I'm not about to be pulled away this time. It looks like as long as I'm careful with my actions, it doesn't count as influencing reality. Anyway, is this the flagship? The traveler mentioned that's where she was staying. I only went into the lobby last time, so I've never actually been here before. How does this space work, if nothing else? I can now be sure that it is not simply memory. She mentioned where her room was. I think it's... The door is closed. Nothing like when I disappeared. And maybe...
Oh my god, barely miss each other.
I'm in. She had
she back? Please, you have to see these words.
Well, do you sense anything?
Unfortunately, no.
And this place was our last chance.
The moonlight, damn it.
Necessarily. We've only looked in Nasha Town so far. Miss Columbina said she would leave messages at her friends' dwellings. It's still worth checking where Miss Lauma lives and where I live.
Let's try and make some time to look into those then. Wait.
What are you waiting for?
I'm overeaten slightly. What's that look for? This is a victory feast. It's normal to eat a little more than usual.
The traveler in Paimon. It's really you. But why are they talking about a victory feast?
Huh. You worried Paimon sick while you were out there fighting Rare. So this is your chance to make it up to her. Alright?
Wait. So this is the night after the battle against Rerir. How did I end up here? That's quite a long time ago now. Wait. Time. That's it. Every time I've entered reality within this space, it's been at an earlier point in time. Every one of those reflection and everything I've done to affect reality really did happen in the past. Does this mean that within the moon's reflection, time flows backwards? Starting from the moment I fell in?
Not long till Moonbear night now. It's gonna be even livelier than tonight. Although, it's gonna be sad saying goodbye to the Ganzelette. She seems like a really nice person.
Dude, I thought my fucking thing muted.
Paimon. No, I can't. Even if I make contact, they probably won't understand what's going on. And in any case, I'll likely get pulled away again if I do. Instead, I have to find a way to get them to notice what I've written using the moonlight.
Moonlight,
Even I hadn't thought of doing that before Moon Prayer Night. They'd never conceive of that possibility. Is there truly no other way? Don't lose heart. We'll find a way somehow. Huh?
You say that, but the Frostmoon is beyond the fall sky. If we wanted to go visit her, how would we make it through to the other side?
We might not have all the answers now, but I'm sure we'll find a way one day.
Guess someone's gotta be the optimist.
The present. The future. That's right. There are still things I can do.
What's your plan?
Flint's, when you were staying next door, did you ever open the window?
Nuts here are dark and damp, and there's such a buildup of dust on the windows that the moonlight can't even get in. I didn't think it was worth the trouble.
The moonlight.
I think I see where you're going. One moment. I'll see if the owner is available.
Don't bother. Time is of the essence.
Time. Even if no one sees what I've written at this moment, maybe someone will remember what I said after Moon Prayer Night. I need to write down as much information as I can. And maybe one day.
Huh? What's up with you? You can't even hold your cup steady. Are you getting tired?
A little.
Well, you should probably hit the hay then. We had a really tough couple of days for you.
I gotta finish this fucking Archon quest.
You truly have. You helped defeat Rerir, helped me reclaim my name, and you helped the organized Moon Prayer Night, wherever you are right now. I'm sure you're still fighting against the injustices of fate. This is all I can leave
Her futures are past? Sounds like a certain star rail.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Do you ever mull over questions like that?
Only when I'm in a good mood and at leisure.
Well, I never do. Everything that has happened already belongs to the realm of fact. As a business person, and especially an intel broker, what I do is extrapolate from those facts to try and read the future.
An admirable philosophy.
It's a means of survival. Let's go. We have a wall's worth of clues to share with the others.
Sandrone and Albedo, the Geo users.
It appears that the doctor's energy signature has changed to something similar to Kuvaki. But not like the Kuvaki we're used to. Non-Christ Kuvaki devices will only have a limited effect on it. I can see why you've chosen to place your hopes in alchemy instead. Also, I must say these books are rather profound.
My subordinates just shipped them in from Fontaine. Some of them are from the Narcissenkreuz Ordo. Some are incident reports from Petrichor, and then there's a few test reports for these junk machines.
Holy shit, Narcissenkreuz Ordo is finally pronounced.
Additionally, after some further scanning, I've discovered something extremely annoying.
What's that?
Tibet Skies contains... A long time ago, when I did my first scan, I detected 3. Just as the legends say. But when I checked again just now, I detected 4 moons.
The artificial moon.
So there's one extra?
Yeah. Originally, I thought that if I could...
Graphics, holy shit. Where are my pixels?
It's easy to get overwhelmed when you have too much on your plate. Maybe you need to relax. Perhaps try going for a walk. Or simply take a few deep breaths.
Nothing can calm me down at a time like this. I need more time and progress.
It's Mr. Flint's.
Really? First the 4 Orthants of the Narcissenkreuz. Then Moon Marrows.
Oh, sorry if we're disturbing you. Might I ask what's troubling you?
What do you want? We're busy.
Are you still at the Curatorium of Secrets?
Yeah. Look, everyone else is still out. So I would appreciate if you gave me some space.
Even though we have crucial intel to share?
Fine. I'm listening.
Juyu and
The rest of the team is still out working on their missions and evacuations. But we've decided to fill you in on the most crucial information first.
Sandrone, you were right. Alina is most likely still alive.
She's so happy.
That's the best news we've received in a while. By a long way.
Random appearing in reverse order? Are you serious? So not the goddess, huh? She has to show off too. Anyway, does this mean we can deduce her condition from the moon mirrors?
Miss Androne, there's nothing wrong with simply admitting that you're happy to hear the good news.
I'm not. And she's the least of our problems. We're facing a huge crisis.
She's so happy.
If she can't control the fair, she's just gonna keep moving backwards. Dip and time won't intersect, and she'll never find a way out.
Let's say life begins with a... When did time begin? The moment this planet came into being?
The moment a planet is born. Notes. Thank you, Nasu. Let me see if I can find that.
No, that's not right. Our final destination would be the moon and...
But it doesn't seem like we can influence that space from the outside world. So how can we help her? She's alive. Rarier and Valendis might be too, but as far as we know, neither of them have come back out. That space may not have an exit at all.
I'm afraid I must get
help with your research.
Oh, it's gonna help with breaking Dotori's energy fields. But who knows when it might come in handy. Better to have it all written down than try to remember everything when I need it. Alright, I need to get back to my research. Mr. Albedo has made a lot of suggestions that will require my undivided attention.
Sure, I'll stay here. I have things to work on. Paimon, are you there? She went with Varga to Natland, didn't she? They meet in here. Speaking of the Traveler, where could they be? There's a note from Paimon.
Paimon here. Not in at the moment, but if anyone needs to borrow her stuff or the Travelers, go ahead and help yourself. Paimon won't be mad. Also, Traveler, if you get back before Paimon, make sure to get some rest. Paimon misses you a lot, but put your health first, alright?
How sweet. Well, since you offered, Paimon, don't mind if I do. This is the Traveler and Paimon's luggage. All the items they use day to day are here. It's well organized. I wonder which of them is responsible for that. What do we have here?
Among the daily necessities, there's a photo. What the fuck? Why do I have a photo of myself?
The camera captures a special moment that can only occur between people who are close to one another. You can really sense how the photographer feels about their subject. I wonder why this picture is placed outside. Was it because Paimon recently looked at it?
There's also a thick adventure handbook in here. A record of travelers' achievements and memories in Tibet.
This must belong to the Traveler. Perfect. I'll use this. Hang in there. We'll find you.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Colonia. Search keyword world formula and bring me all relevant
You're gonna play Polonia? That's so cool. Dude, this guy moves like slow as fuck. My sign, Alon Guillotin. Holy shit. That's like from 400 years ago. My sign assistant doesn't seem very reliable. Unlikely that the power source of those war machines can be used at the moment. Core is far too dangerous. I'll get them to seek out another such mysterious machines. No progress worth reporting today. Went out and under my adopted father's watchful eyes to seek inspirations at sites where the battles took place. Enter Renee and Jacob. The assistant doesn't seem reliable. Caused some accidents. Just another obstacle to overcome. This kind of machine seems to take arbitrary external form. It's quite interesting. Researchers will focus on power source. Research prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. Asked Anne for help. Recommended Renee and Jacob to the director of the institute. Research prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. Asked Anne for help. Suggested blah blah blah. But she wasn't interested. What? She joined the institute, but she wasn't interested. Research. My assistant still isn't back. I'll go pay a visit. Found Renee and Jacob's adopted father with my own adopted father's help. The supplementary prime energy machines have arrived. Should be able to make progress now. Assistant seems to be in good spirits. Probably just a minor illness. Research. Renee. Jacob joined the institute. They've been assigned to my project. Field research today. Interesting machine statue. Research prime energy machines. Research prime energy machines. My adopted father visited, but I was too busy to host him. Anne scolded me. I'll remember to apologize next time I see him. Research prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. On the threshold of a major breakthrough, assistant took the day off. Too busy to visit. Anne scolded me. I'll go tomorrow. On the threshold of a major breakthrough, forgot about the visit. I'm sorry. We'll invite everyone to go with me. Took the day off. Assistant took the day off. Went to visit. An idea. A virtual neural network based on vast quantity of thinking units instead of logic trees. Cameras? Research. Assistant took day off. Research. Assistant took day off. Research. Renee and Jacob went to begin conducting their own research today. Assistant took day off. Breakthrough. Patent application process too annoying. Forget it. Assistant's condition seems alright. Still a little worried. Considering the gap in medical technology. Advised assistant to go to Samara. Took the day off. Research machine kinematics next. Must make a materials list. Visit. They said bigger lab has been prepared for the kinematics experiment, but I've decided not to move for now. Visit. Best visit. Moved my lab. World formula. It believed that the correct term for this situation is Fortuna. It is ancient Remurian technology. It was some unparalleled. I never imagined Remurian ideas would be so similar to the computation graph that I've named the world formula. This is strong evidence. Human civilization is bound to lose its potential amid ongoing exploration and evolution. Humanity's decline is, in truth, unfolding at the very moment. To put it bluntly, ladies and gentlemen, the apocalypse draws near. This is not the hallucinatory babbling of some wandering monk from Sumer. Rather, it is a logical deduction grounded in reason and natural philosophy. Please take a look at this diagram. Beneath the most hidden of all hidden, the number of cycles, that is, the number of higher particles, can only be 4. No new world cycle can be generated through reconciliation. In other words, the end of this current psalm draws the end of infinite light. The sparks of civilization are all but extinguished unless we begin to consider introducing variables beyond the existing system. After all, the world itself, the external manifestation of a dream, and therefore world formula. We were Carter Sherbius. I don't remember who this is. We were assigned to the same lab. I was nervous at first since everyone said that he was a child prodigy. Since the disasters, such people are more precious than ever. I thought that Institute star recommended by a higher ups might be more full visible. He's much better than I expected. He's just not the most sociable sorts. No obvious symptoms. I made a huge mistake and knocked over an ancient geometry machine that took a lot of effort to bring back from the desert ruins. The machine came to life and made a huge mess of things. So he's a lot younger than me. He's really smart. I can't believe that's how he managed to tame the machine. Maybe taming is the right word. Maybe the other engineers will look down on me for using it, but it really did feel like taming. I know modern clockwork machines well enough, so I can see the huge technological gulf between the two. Even discarding construction, you'll make little meaningful progress if we do not resolve the power issue, but I still have to be careful. I've never seen Alon angry, and I don't want to find out what he looks like when he gets angry. A few minor symptoms. Took the day off. I can hardly believe it. Alon came to visit me and even brought he's the assistant. His sister. She's a lovely little lady and unafraid of strangers. A fine day indeed. Discussed the idea of a thinking machine based on gems and tape circuits. I use the word discuss, but actually I just said things like, oh, or that's really amazing, or how will you do that, whenever he paused. And didn't make any real contributions. He was really into it, though, and behaved very differently than he usually does in the lab. His little sister is probably way smarter than I, a research assistant. It seems very interesting outside to having my disease flare up, but I prefer to return to the incident help as soon as I can. Additional machines got here. The previous ones are no longer usable since they were completely dismantled, but it did clear up a lot of things, at least according to him. Something about it being driven by the elements in the ley lines and the interaction we cannot recreate with our current level of industrial precision and material science. I helped to compile the report, but there's so much that I couldn't understand. Apparently, lots of people are secretly unhappy that Alon's getting more research resources than they are. If you ask me, everyone's smarter than me, and they should all get along. We will make the world a better place that way. His sister said that some of their friends will be joining the institute. I'm looking forward to meeting them. No obvious symptoms. Joining the lab as new partners, but now their conversation is doubly confusing. Oh, I understand every word on its own just fine, but once they string them all together, I can't make heads or tails of it. Jacob's really the only one even close to being on the same level as me. I feel ashamed just writing that, an adult looking for reassurance from a child as young as he is. I feel like I lost all the self-respect a grown-up should have. Based on their research on prime energy machines, seems like they decided to adopt this name. Alana and Renee are thinking about trying to use the characteristics of Ozia and Numa to construct a new kinetic core. A few minor symptoms. I may have contributed. Well, maybe. When I went on a picnic with Alan, his sister Renee, and Jacob, it was technically supposed to be field research, but the idea came from Alan's sister and me. We thought they lived all too little outside of the research, so we asked the institute director to arrange something. Petrichor is not exactly the most exciting place, but the scenery is quite lovely since you can see a great waterfall. I brought a camera from the institute to take photos for them. I do hope we'll have more outings like this one, especially since that means... Oh, he's the guy who must have taken the picture. Especially since that means more opportunities to take photos of his sister. After all, Alon is always working. Given how he'll not be with his sister as she grows up, these photos will come in handy later when he begins to regret not spending more time with her. Then he'll be able to see how she was at different times, and it won't sting quite so much. If only my family had enough money for a camera, and if only things hadn't gone so wrong. I'm sure my mom would have taken lots of photos of me. Renee and Jacob like Alon's sister a lot too. When the four of them hang out, she sometimes acts like an older sister despite being the youngest. A fascinating dynamic. Seem to be interested in the runes and stone statue here. Renee also mentioned something about a troop and seals. So we got the Petrichor and then the Narcissus Croix Ordo. Even though we also went out there to have a bit of fun for once, they were still thinking about research. No obvious symptoms. Took the day off. Alana's sister came to see me along with Jacob, and Alana and Renee couldn't make it because their experiment is at a critical stage. They didn't have to tell me any of that, of course, that I was able to help at all despite my limited abilities already fulfilling. I heard that Elan and the Institute's director came to see me separately while I was unconscious. I feel bad that they came all this way for nothing. I wasn't even awake, still taking time off. But I hope to go back and help them again soon. I found out that they were graduates from the Narcissus Croix Institute, and that made me really happy. They talked about the director and the vice director as well as their adventures, and it made me feel like a kid again. The only detail that didn't make sense was the cake the vice director made, because it felt like punishment when we had it. After the disaster, I lost contact with pretty much all my friends. I'm so happy that they were able to find each other again. I wonder how my friends are doing. They're probably trying to rebuild the Narcissus Croix Institute. I've got to check it out next time. Talked about the thinking machine again. I had an idea about making a thinking camera so that I would take photos of those precious to him while he's busy. He thought it was kind of pointless, but it has security and surveillance applications. They did it. The light bulb came on. I was lucky that I recovered in time to witness this historical moment. It's quite a pity, but I hope Renee and Jacob will make the breakthrough of their own and their own research topics. I also hope to get better assistants than me. No obvious systems. There were several visits while I was unconscious. It's a shame. All I could do is read the letters they left behind. Jacob left me a note inviting me to his and Renee's lab. There's something they want to talk to me about. Hope I can get out of bed soon. Anne brought flowers for me, but they had already wilted by the time I woke up. Took the day off. I was able to get out of bed today. This is where I first met Alon. For a time afterwards, I did documented experimental procedures and phenomena based on his oral descriptions. While standing here for the first time, he was trying to start up the machinery below in an ill-fitting lab coat. Renee and Jacob later entered through the door, and Alon would temporarily forget to act a young genius, rushing towards them like an energetic kid. Here bore witness to the first successful controlled annihilation reaction. The brilliant cast a deep, dark shadow, and I believe history was made in that moment. Will someone like me so excited I knocked over the ink bottle, play a role in an event that will go down in history? Behind the locked door on the other side is Renee and Jacob's lab. Seems like access limited due to the dangerous nature of their research. They're destined to become towering figures in history. I guess Alon moved to another lab. Based on his plan, once the energy problem was solved, he would study kinematics. I'll go get him later. I wonder how Anne is doing. What matter of beauty will she grow up to be? I'll stop writing here. I don't have much time left. I hope everything goes well. Though it's a shame, you'll have to miss it. I was looking forward to Coppelius' new work. Ever since he was a child, he's always been incredibly talented. Out of consideration for everyone's safety, it has been decided that the Institute shall close. Driven by the energy and vigor of youth, the young ones are clamoring to go out and do battle. Hope someday they'll understand the importance of prioritizing disaster reconstruction over marching off to die. I fear that it shan't be long before we must depart. We've chosen a good piece of land near the fountain of Lucine as opposed to a location site. They even say they want to use the land to build an opera house. Duh. They sooner set faces aflame with shame and laughter. To think that anyone could be so comical. We're going to pay our respects at Basil's grave. I know that name. I hope it all turns out like Emmanuel said. However, it's the Institute's responsibility to support gifted and talented youth. Okay, who was Basil again? Because I know that name. Oh, it's the Institute Director. Vice Director. I hope it turns out like Emmanuel said. It's the Institute's responsibility to support gifted and talented youth. Met with the newly appointed Eudex. That is Noivulette. He has a peculiar temperament. Seems much more reliable than Leon and those other clowns. If all goes well, it has the potential to completely revolutionize our understanding of Clockwork Mecha. The proposed methodology and plan are reliable, worth paying more attention. The results of early phases have been satisfactory. We'll increase our investment. Carter's lead requests have been increasing in frequency. Better have someone keep an eye on him. He may have been having financial difficulties. Not like it's possible for it to be a family matter. After some consideration, I decided to enroll them and temporarily assign them to the same lab. However, I'm concerned about the impact of their joining after a long on the mental state of others. Must be careful watch. Still unconscious during the visit, still couldn't speak. Decided to take a blood sample to see if there's a cure or a way to mitigate it. Although the proposed research plan is expected to face challenges in obtaining recognitions, I believe it holds significant practical value, so it justifies approval. Toxins remain in the soil and water have not yet been fully neutralized. The water is producing deformed oceanids. In a way, this could be a reflection of our previous events. Only just learned that these are Carl's adopted children. It's a shame that Narcissism Christ Institute no longer exists. This could be the biggest breakthrough in a century. It will change all of society. More mention of normal movements. I'll have to find a chance to talk to Manuel about it. Alright. Dude, I'll never figure out how to say that. What the fuck?
I believe that the correct term for this is Fortuna. This was an ancient Romorian technology, a wisdom unparalleled. I never imagined my Romorian ideas would be so similar to the diagram I have named, the world formula. This is strong evidence that human civilization should gradually shed possibilities as it continues to explore and evolve. The end of humankind may well be upon us right now. The sparks of civilization shall run out, unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Variables. Surely that can only mean one thing. Descenders? Dottore likely captured the traveler because of her descender status. But the Three Moons' authority comes from the world itself. Why would Dottore need anything beyond that? Where does this variable factor in? The world formula calculates the fate of an entire world. Introducing a variable would therefore give us... Polonia. Search keyword pathway and bring me all relevant books.
Oh my god! About the golden shoot. Comparative studies have been conducted on those surviving ruins of ancient orders from across the land. While they all had different names, the scripts and images left behind support the conclusion that they share the same origins. Ancient scholars believe that all arcane arts originated from a pre-Lemurian civilization, a belief that now seems to be much more than mere speculation. Fortuna seems to be the name of symphony. Lemurian musicians call it the Musica Mundana, or the music of origin. In their eyes, the rise and fall of civilization, as well as the fate of all mortals, are all orchestrated by the movement of a symphony. And when a civilization perishes, a new one is always born in its wake. Their philosophical system is complex and enigmatic, bearing almost no relation to modern Fontaine's natural philosophy. However, this is hardly surprising. According to historical records, after Memoria was brought to ruins, the refugees fell under the Loch Knight Irenaeus' sway. They will forsook their ancient faiths, tongues, and writings, embracing a life of devotion to the gods as our forebears once had. I hinted the matter to the Golden Hunter in an oblique way, since the Marichal hunters who first pledged themselves to his cause were all descendants of the Loch Knights, praising the benevolence of Irenaeus, seemed to be like the safest approach, and inquired about his knowledge of natural philosophy from the era. He was silent for about half a minute. He then told me not to probe too deeply into those ancient philosophies, saying there was a reason they had been forgotten. Still, as a gesture of gratitude, the Golden Hunter was willing to tell me the name of these patterns. Oh, it's this thing again. The fucking, Jewish thing. The seal of chemical marriage, according to him, this symbol is even older than Lemurian civilization itself, and it was one of the gifts bestowed upon King Remus by the Golden Bee. What exactly those were remains unclear. I gotta finish a Bottom Court one day. The rise and fall of, or at least watch a video on it. The rise and fall of empires and civilizations, the ascension of mortals and the emanation of light. What is this? Even dreams of emanation of light. Even dreams of surpassing the gods. What is this? All of these can be represented by this formula. I cannot understand it all. He declined to elaborate, and so I can only record these matters here, as they were told to me, in hope that those who come after might one day decipher their meaning. Following Guillotin's instruction, the research went well. We've created a clockwork mecha that can release energy. To be honest, we no longer need to call it a clockwork machine, as it doesn't rely on elastic potential. It will be compelling to see what results he achieves next in kinematics. There's no way old-fashioned clockwork mecha can withstand such power output. Even young geniuses must stumble now and then. The thought of using this sort of unstable energy source is impressive, though we have long observed these unique energies it contains. Atmosphere, water, and organisms, it has always been regarded as a latent threat rather than a potential resource. Aren't there a few young geniuses too many nowadays? The director is pleased, sure, but won't someone spare a thought for us ordinary people? I mean, not all of us are as simple-minded as Sherbius. It received a very high rating. If the patent were to be granted, the potential financial gain would be considerable. However, I decided to decline the opportunity because the machine was practically all Guillotin's work. I can take no credit there. My family was quite angry about it, but as an engineer, one must have at least little dignity and self-awareness. Still, making improvements and output efficiency has increased. Seems to have been specially recruited. That's good. Had he continued that line of research, who knows what horrors he might have unleashed. At this stage, we'll have to pull out. The director says everyone will be given a position in research resources after reconstruction, but I'm afraid if it were me, I would use this as an excuse for a major shakeup. People like me won't get recalled anyway. Never mind. I've been pretty happy with these past few days. I guess I'll consider it my retirement. I'll go to the city and open a small workshop repairing watches for folks' cameras too, right? I'll see if I can make a waterproof clock. With the way things are going, I might make a killing in the future. Anyway, when it comes down to it, our research directions are different, so I applied to a new research lab director, but, well, Jacob in gold. There's nothing for it anyway. Alon is incredibly intelligent, but he only trusts himself and doesn't trust our observations or accomplishments unless he reaches the same conclusion through his own calculations. Plus, okay, since Alon is making the world a better place in his own way, I trust him. But this is a world that Anne lives in. Even though the Institute is full of people, I don't have many friends besides Carter. It feels like everyone kind of dislikes us. Renee managed to acquire something powerful through research. Apparently, these appeared after this disaster and are very dangerous for most people, but I feel okay. Maybe my constitution really has gone a lot better. I helped Renee out. When I visited him, I found out that he also attended Narcissus Christ Institute. We didn't tell him about the vice director abandoning us, or it would have made him sad. If only we could have helped him, just like I was helped. After discussing Renee, he finally agreed to give it a try. He said since it's dangerous, everything needs to be made clear to Carter, and he must make the judgment himself as it concerns his own life. But if it's successful, then he will survive just like I did. It seems the ordinary diary machines can no longer satisfy him. As a result, the director used national resources to obtain something truly horrifying. Rumor has it that someone was nearly killed. I hope this will help him achieve his research objectives. They even got him some rare diary machine mechanical parts being studied by some rare researchers as part of the package. Things been out of control for a third time. Guillotin may be willing to risk his own life, but that doesn't mean the rest of us feel the same. I came up with emergency damage control strategy, and I hope I might need to play that fucking Fontaine thing. I hope we won't need to use it before I finish his kinetic research. However, given his personality, it seems unlikely that he'll ever truly complete that research. It seems that his experiments into machines were intended to create a mechanical dog as proof of his accomplishments in kinematics and material science. Oh my god, it's Seymour. It's actually a good idea. It could be showcased in the city, and the creature is much more personable and likable compared to the automated turret next door. At least he lived long enough to be poached by the Marichossi hunters. It wasn't easy for us to survive this long either, but what will we do with this blasted crazy killing machine that can repair itself? Whatever, that's the problem for the future generations. Fundamentally, Optomnici. Optomnici? Fundamentally, the ancient orders designated as marriage was in essence an interpenetration of ontologically distinct orphans. As you can see, it is a magic set in motion by the three particles above the kingdom, yet its metaphysical origin lies in the emanations of the four particles beneath the firmament. The alchemists of Conria are prone to disregard metaphysical sentiment and effect, pursuing instead the gold of the ignorant within the material world. It is for this reason that the crude inquiry cannot be compared to the great undertaking we are to achieve today, one that is founded upon ancient Lemurian-style theory. 3 pertains to appearance, while 4 pertains to the intrinsic. 7 obtained through the overlapped constitute the number of paths for vertical transcendence. We designate this process of overlap as marriage, where the union of the two through a mediating medium is akin to the matrimonial covenant of those bound in mutual love. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Deconstructing and reversing its effects could generate potential ideas. Nevertheless, this is one thing everyone must keep in mind. Solve the first half of the equation, leave the second unattacked, but you have all in the clear light and some, though not all, in the dark. This is not because they possess any sanctity that renders them untouchable, but because they offer no benefit whatsoever to the world formula. Only mediocre minds, foolish beyond a certain measure, would actively seek to trespass upon such prohibitions, because in the eyes of the ignorant, taboo and pressures are semantically identical. They fail to recognize that in most cases, taboo, like convention, lacks merit for a deeper inquiry. Take heed, what we speak of is the act of overlaying your dream upon the dream of gods, of overlaying your law, your will, and the starry sky. Upon ineffable sacrifice and despair, we do not speak of following emanations to achieve ascension to the rank of gods. This is a base dream, doomed to perish in an eggshell. What I aim to teach you all is the principle of transcendence, the infinite expanse and the innumerable stars within it. You too must act in this manner, unbound by any constraint. To choose division for the sake of convergence is the necessary path of marriage. This core magic is the science and art of effecting change according to their consciousness. Marriage is the instrument through which the art is realized. It is neither the subject that creates art, nor the object that art is created upon. The subject is always and can only ever be consciousness itself. One who is free from the weakness of consciousness bows neither to the gods nor death. Holy shit, I need to get a fucking place for a break.
Otanki's sermon dictation. Explications on the Genshin Impact. These titles are pretty esoteric. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Constructing and reversing its effects could generate potential ideas. So, it's one of Renee's draft lectures. Deconstructing the pathway. I suppose that could lead to a breakthrough. This is so long. This guy sure loves showing off his knowledge.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Colonia. Search keyword tree model and bring me all relevant books.
Shit, we're back to reading all this shit again, dude. Chapter 6, so the story ends like this. Herlock sat down and lit his pipe, but the rest of us, whether it was Agent Gina, Miss Jacoba, or the Commissioner, Miss H.E., looked at one another in confusion. You must still remember the location of the four previous cases were equidistant. There was a symmetrical pattern between the time, space, and even the first letters of the four victim names. Herlock said, "This is Herlock." This is why Gina's deduction was completely off the mark. The murderer knew that she possessed basic knowledge of mystic arts, would assume that the followers of the Lilia Cruces Ordo would treat the patient as necessary ritual sacrifice. So the culprit let her believe that her assumption was entirely correct, but when Duke St. Germanus departed, he clearly said that everything was beyond redemption. The next case would also Argentina protested somewhat reluctantly. He's only a genius when it comes to mechanics, and everything else he's just an ordinary person. Luck paused and continued. He's always been the type to like things he can fully understand, just like you, Gina. I get it, Mr. Jacobus shouted suddenly. My dear Herlock, now everything's... Oh my god, there's an actual fucking thing in this fucking Sherlock Holmes book. No, everything's crystal clear. The fourth victim's death wasn't a carefully planned murder. It was pure coincidence. He only wanted to kill those three unfortunate gentlemen to avenge his comrades from the Leocrasis Ordo. But the traps he set weren't limited to just those three locations. He was worried the plan might fail, since the three victims were all well-protected figures after all. So he added a few extra traps that he never expected that. With Gina's interference, the plan would go far more smoothly than intended. Mr. Koba, please don't speak as if I were the accomplice. Agent Gina's face turned as red as sunsetty as she protested indignantly. How adorable. Indeed, Herlock said calmly. It was unclear whether he meant that Miss Jacoba's deductions were correct or that Agent Gina was indeed an accomplice. Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Liliocrasis Ordo are built based on simple, basic tree model logical structures. They do not recognize their own masters, following only the commands they were initially given, so they end up killing said masters. This is why I keep saying, don't put too much trust in Clockwork Mecha. Unlike humans, machines have no heart. I remained silent as usual. Mr. Koba glanced at me with what seemed like a hint of puzzlement. What's wrong? Why are you standing there in silence? Is there something on your mind? No, I just didn't expect your truth to be so simple. Of course, my understanding of Clockwork Mecha cannot compare to that of the Duke St. Germanus, but I've done a bit of research. To suggest that those mechanisms were merely activated by Mr. Marcello's mishandling seemed a bit too contrived, but to imply that there was another mastermind behind it all felt like stretching into the territory of conspiracy theories. After all, no one besides us could have pulled off the operation I envisioned, so I decided to abandon further speculation, choosing instead to enjoy the reactions of adorable Agent Gina. This is why you don't understand deduction. Agent Gina seemed to have regained her confidence, not to mention her mild sense of superiority for me. Excitedly, she raised a finger. Isn't there a saying that goes something like, when you have eliminated the impossible, what remains, however? Stop right there. That's Phantos something mass rob something story. We don't have the publishing rights from their publisher. Herlock took another drag of his pipe. He seemed to be lost in thought once more. Regardless, this came to an abrupt close. Man, that's like the common thing. Oh, fuck. A person who did not manage to witness the end, a person who did not manage to achieve his ideals, a person who indulged in fairy tales, who dreamt of following the hero he admired, yet never saw his dream fulfilled. Someone who had everything, someone who lost everything, someone who woke up, someone who would never wake up. You hear that a lot, I think, in like Conan, because Conan loves referencing detective novels. Someone who had everything, someone who lost everything, someone who woke up, someone who would never wake up again. Unstinting sacrifice, unflinching in farewell, undaunted by pain, yet in the end, the sacrifices remain only sacrifices, the partings remain only partings. Clocks tick through tranquil years, fish swim in crystalline springs. No matter how grand a dream is, it will fade away like this forlorn word of sign, and after that... The ocean gave birth to all, yet also devoured everything. What the fuck? I am not reading all that. Utah in his later years. No one can know the root cause of every incident in the world. Humans are neither wise enough to predict the future, nor able to stop unfortunate accidents from occurring. It's a shame there's nothing more to say. Along Guillotin responds to the question about his early years when Nellie Cochran? Chief editor of the Steambird. After retiring from the Fontaine Research Institute, Guillotin declined all invitation from the Palais Mormonia and specific organization from the Court of Fontaine. Instead, he withdrew to the Barrow region countryside, living in near total isolation from society. Notwithstanding, even prior to this, the reclusive old man had never formed any deep connections with others. If we were talking to Madame Nellie Cochran and her word, then Alain Guillotin was at heart a lonely shut-in, always burdened by a profound sense of insecurity. It was for this reason that he maintained a detached attitude toward others, as if by pretending to be unperceptive, he could hide the keen sensitivity of his spirit. He could not ease his own pain or share it with anyone. All he could do was enclose it like a pearl within the shell of his heart, shaping and polishing it with his very flesh and blood. Of course, Guillotin's student would not accept such claims. Dismissing them as attention-seeking nonsense is nothing more than a smear on their master's reputation. This was the main reason why Rogier Coates, the third director of the Fontaine Research Institute, filed a lawsuit against the Steambird. He never employed any servants to attend his daily needs. There were rumors that in his youth he had created a mechanical device capable of independent thought and had used it to assist him with work with Marianne Guillotin and the Mary Chelsea Phantom. As a result, he had no need for servants. He only needed to create more of the same device. However, such claims were clear at odds with the facts. The personal effects that Guillotin left behind after his death include nothing of this nature, and so-called mechanical devices capable of independent thought are entirely inconsistent ideas he expressed in his manuscripts, as he wrote in the hierarchical calculating machines of intelligence. The real question isn't whether machines can think, but whether humans can. Yoko Taro! Oh, where is it? Let me find it. There's a fucking Yoko Taro tweet, or not Yoko Taro tweet. It was someone was talking about Yoko Taro versus David Cage, and it's the funniest thing ever. The vibes are so good. Can a robot learn to be human? Can a human? What? Can a human learn to be human? I don't get it. That was the Yoko Taro, David Cage conversation that someone made up. We have every reason to believe that whatever contraption Guillotin crafted in his workshop in his later years were deliberately destroyed long after. After all, it's hardly uncommon for an engineer to describe their designs. Popular fiction has offered many flights of fancy about these contraptions, yet all such tales contradict the surviving evidence. Nevertheless, we must recognize that as a cultural symbol, long Guillotin's posthumous work has been instrumental in stirring the imaginations of the young. Isn't Sanjone one of them though? This is a story from many years later. After the evening banquet, Miss Aviva, who today would be Lady Nenonin, there Watatsumi. This is like 3 pages. What the fuck? Was there anything Sumeru? Cyric. I don't recognize any of these. Remurian. But someone needs to like fucking. I am not reading those 3 pages. These 1 pages are fucking long.
Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Lilia Crucis Ordo are built based on the simple and basic logical structure of a tree model. Lilia Crucis. Guess they were trying to cover up the name of the Narcissenkois Ordo. change. Good for them. Some of Alain's old files are completely consistent with these records. He must have gotten them from the Tower of Castalds. I never knew he got his hands on Renee's records that early. He may have kept them, but he never even attempted to use them. Didn't believe a word they said. Come to think of it, Renee's world formula was filled with calculations of constants. That shows he believed that the fate of the world would be predetermined. As for Alain, it's been too long. I forget what he said. What would he have said? A guy like him, fervent believer in machines, but not headstrong enough. The world can be changed. It is worth persevering. Yes, that's how he used to think at least. He created that procedure to save this world. Yet the scale of the world's fate proved too enormous. The result he died
Oh shit.
never seen the outcome. And there I was, left behind in the ashes of his dreams. He created that procedure to save this world. Yet the scale of the world's fate proved too enormous. The result was beyond his ability to calculate.
Alon's her like dad.
Did you really never take a close look at Renee's research? Or did you read it but deem his philosophy incompatible with your model? The very thought of trying to incorporate his ideas probably made you feel sick to the stomach. Well, don't worry, because there's a whole new category of lunatic in town. Next to Dottore, every other madman looks sane. You once asked me what I wished for. Should have asked him instead. He's the one pining for things you'd sooner die than witness. Even the tiniest variable can make big waves in the present. Now then, allow me to put these incompatible fragments together in your stead. First, establish and verify the existence of the Great Circle. Absolute nihil on one end, absolute reality on the other. Now, search between these two extremes. Then, the construction criteria. Variables. The sparks of civilization shall run out unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Input variables. Traverse the world, space-time, and civilization. Then extract the essential nodes from the records to determine which variables they point to. The primordial power that differentiated itself from the void. The power of light. Yes. Light. Records. Hyperborea. This is so horrendously complicated. After all that, I'm still missing a few variables. I need to think this through again. How do you think it looks, Polonia? Like the frenzied scrawlings of a madwoman? Fine, keep it to yourself. It's not like you can talk anyway. I'll assume you gave it a password. I jest. But true madness does often start with trying to save the world. What would Arlecchino and Columbina think if they saw this incomprehensible hen scratch? They'd probably have me institutionalized. So would Rosalie. She's been dead for a while now. When I close my eyes and think back, I can still see her face. And that enormous dress she used to wear. Such a bizarre choice. What possessed her? Oh, and the clack-clack of those heels used to drive me insane. No one's asking me, obviously, but I hope you all know that I never wanted to save the world. I'm not crazy. I don't have delusional ambitions, and that's a clinical fact. The world needs a solution, but I don't need the world's validation. It's the world begging me for answers, not the other way around.
Tea time. Can I please take a break? I need to go sleep.
Oh, cookies to go with the tea. Let's see. They must be from that person who brought those documents. I see they're from Hotel de Boer. Something's written on the box. We are proud to present this homage to the Fortress of Meropete's fun-filled mill collection system. Fortune cookies. Have a lucky start to your day. Sounds like a dumb gimmick to me. Huh. Be early to bed and early to rise. Get plenty of sun and drink plenty of water. Then things will surely go well for you. What? Are you kidding me? Somehow I doubt that an early night and a glass of water is magically gonna save a world on the brink of existential peril.
What if it does though? Okay, surely I can take a break here, right?
Lady Arlecchino, word has reached us that Lady Marionette's troops are all in position. They are ready to act as soon as the order is given.
Excellent.
The only thing is, they are fewer in number than we expected. It looks like many of them must have lost their lives at the hand of the monsters released by the Doctor.
Can't be helped. Allow them to join our ranks and keep in contact.
As you wish.
Oh. Alright, let's meet up with child. Holy shit, dude. Let's see. How far are we from fucking finishing this? There is about 40 minutes. Oh, I don't have time for 40 minutes. Fuck. I'll just pray. The fuck kind of reward is there here? I don't know who I want still. Who's good? Oh, what does Ganyu C1 do? I might grab her. That is like so nothing if you know how to fucking play child. Well, that's sort of nice. You like this with a fucking hex and rice, stupid. I would love to get Shenhe. Ooh, a lot of these are sort of ass, dude. I might get like clear Ganyu. Alright, that's it for tonight. Holy